Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Heart to Heart with Hads. Today, we're going to be talking about a very touchy subject, but something that has just kind of been on my heart as of this last week, just because yesterday was the sixth death anniversary of my dad. So it's kind of just been a week full of emotions, and I wasn't really quite sure if I wanted to hop on an episode and microphone and talk this week just because I've kind of been in a little bit of a funk with it. I've tried to not let it get in the way of my emotions and my work and things like that just because, I'm someone that kind of likes to push her emotions aside a lot. But I decided that I would benefit from talking into the mic, into sharing some things, as well as everyone else that's listening could probably benefit from it as well. So I'm going to make it short, but I just kind of want to talk about trauma and not necessarily healing from trauma. I guess you could kind of say that, but how trauma can benefit you and how it can harm you and turn you into an amazing human being. I'm not saying that I wasn't before the trauma that I have, but I'm saying that the trauma that I have gone through has shaped me to be the person I am today. And I'm not saying I would ever wish that trauma on anyone that I've had to go through, that maybe you've been in similar situations, but I am saying that you can either use your trauma to fuel you or literally kill you and make you depressed. And I'm not saying I haven't ever been depressed or gone through feelings of anger and just overall not feeling good with my life situation. But it's been 6 years, and I feel like this year has been the first year that I've finally felt a little bit more at peace with the situation. And I'll try to not get emotional because I don't want to get emotional. Like, I've already gone through all sorts of emotions all week. But what I will say is the people that have reached out to me or like that have gone through similar situations, or like even yesterday, I had someone message me on Instagram and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know this was your dad. He was the one that got me into weightlifting and all this stuff and da 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 da." And like, I don't want to use the reasoning of like my dad passing away as to why I'm in the spot that I am now, but I really do think that it did have some sort of effect on the type of work that I am in now. And if you didn't know, my dad used to be like literally the best athlete ever that's ever came out of the town that I grew up in. And if you disagree, then we can agree to disagree, but that's another topic for another day. But not only that, he was a weightlifting coach, strength coach, and for high school kids, and he also was a coach for literally every sport under the sun: tennis, golf, baseball, football, like literally everything. And he was good at all the sports. And I truly think like I'm carrying on his legacy after, him doing that. And going back to the thing of like, I don't think that, you know, I would be in the spot that I'm in right now had he not passed away. And I'm not saying that I'm glad. Obviously, it's literally the worst thing that could ever happen to me. But I am saying that, like, everything does happen for a reason. And, like, I was just going back to you can use your traumas to make you sick and a worse person, or you can use them to fuel you, use them to your advantage. And I think that's the issue with a lot of people, is that we go through these traumatic experiences, whether it doesn't even have to be like losing a family member. It can be a lot less traumatic than that. But any of these situations, like, you cannot let them define you. You cannot let them carry on you forever. Like, I'm not going to carry the word or the burden of the girl that doesn't have a dad for the rest of my life. Like, yes, that's going to be stuck with me, but I'm not going to use that as kind of as a crutch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to fulfill on that legacy that he has built up. And I truly think that's what I'm striving to do. And so I just kind of wanted to share like these, like I was saying, like I'll just keep repeating myself. Your traumatic experiences don't define you, your trauma doesn't define you. And like kind of healing with trauma is just obviously okay, I'm just going to be straight up right now, like I've like didn't go to really any type of therapy after my dad passed away. And I know it's kind of like I should have, I feel like, but whatever. Here we are now 6 years later, and I finally am like getting the feeling that I maybe should go, but things just take time. Like, time heals all, and I think that I just have to keep reminding myself of that. But whatever experience you're going through, like I said, use it to mold you, use it to shape you. Like these hardships that you're going through are making you an even more amazing and resilient human being. All the things that you go through. And so I kind of just wanted to share that and kind of just give you a little bit of insight of like also too, this may be hard to hear, but you can't let these life things define you. You have to move on. Essentially, you can't keep covering up the reason that you don't want to change or improve yourself. It can't be, oh, because so and so this happened so many years ago. Like, that's not a valid excuse. And I understand, like, when things are very new and they just happened, I can understand where you're coming from when you're like, well, I just feel this way and this way and this way. But like, these moments do not define you, and if you let them linger on with you year over year, week over week, month over month, whatever it may be, you're going to become weaker and weaker. You have to push forward. You can have your moments. I have my moments, but at the end of the day, like, there are more better moments than bad moments. And using it as a blanket excuse as to why you're not leveling up in other parts of your life is just, it's just BS to me. Like, there's so much more in store for you out there in life. So I'm not going to make this episode any longer than that. I think that's kind of all I have to say on that topic, but I just wanted to make it short, kind of get that off my chest of like, you're meant for more, you're meant for greater than whatever traumatic experiences that you have gone through. So I hope this has been helpful for you and just giving you a little bit of insight on kind of my scenario, my situation. Maybe you can learn from it to not let these things affect you forever, and to grow from them and to continue on the path that you're on, making better choices and not letting these things derail you, or having this victim mindset of like, this has happened to me and so now I can't do this and now I feel this. No, put your feelings aside, put your emotions aside, and know that you're meant for more despite whatever has gone on in your life. So, hope you guys enjoyed this short little episode. I know it's Friday. I'm not trying to make you, sad or like sulk, but realize your fucking potential. You have more. And, going back on these traumas and things is not going to get you any closer. Recognize them, feel the emotion, and move on. You're built for more than your past experiences. So, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I will see ya in the next episode. Bye.